Be relaxed. Sensing your breath. Start deep breathing. Be focused on your breath. Take a deep breath, sensing your breath. And exhale gradually, sensing your breath. Be focused on your breath. Be relaxed. Gradually make yourself aware of holy presence of Almighty, who is giver of this breath, who is giver of this life. Make yourself aware of His holy presence. Be with Him inside. Now we will recite Om 3 times. Take a deep breath. Om. Now you can open your eyes. Respected veteran audience, dear brothers and sisters, and dear children, today we are going to begin Sunday lecture series on the topic Basics of Vedas. To come on Vedas, I think firstly it would be better if we firstly understand testing parameters to assess whether a scripture is divine or not. It may be your faith that Vedas are divine. But how can you convince your future generation, your children? Because children are so logical and they accept anything which is logical and reasonable. So I think we should start this lecture series with this topic, the testing parameters to assess whether a scripture is divine or not. Or in other words, what are the conditions which must be fulfilled to declare a knowledge or scripture divine. In the society, we find that people have different faiths. Some have faith on Vedas, some have faith on Puranas, some have faith on Quran and Bible, and so on. There are several kinds of faiths in the society. So it becomes really a challenge for a truth seeker to whom or to which scripture or knowledge he or she must follow. So how a truth seeker decide that which knowledge is divine, which scripture is divine? I think we must start from this point. So the testing parameters to assess whether a scripture is divine or not. To understand this topic with logic and reasons, let's start journey with this point, that the creator of this universe, according to the Vedic perspectives, the creator of this universe is omnipresent. The creator of this universe is omniscient, omnipotent, all-pervading, and formless. I will address this creator who is omnipresent, omniscient, all-pervading, and formless and omnipotent. I will address this divine super consciousness as God. I am defining to whom I am here and will address God. I will use God, this word, so many times. So firstly, I must clear you that I am here to use this word according to the Vedic perspectives. God, this word is being used in the different sense as well. According to the Christianity perspective, God is different kind of. According to the Vedic perspective, the God's attributes are nature, which I just shared with you. So the word which I will be using here, God, it will be meant for omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, the creator of this universe, who is all-pervading, who is pure by nature, who is dwelling within us. So, clearing this point first, now just begin this journey with me. We all accept that God is just by nature. God is impartial by nature. Do you agree with this? By nature, God is just. By nature, God is impartial. So the question comes, God who is impartial, who is just by nature, when he will reveal his knowledge? This question comes. When he will reveal his knowledge, whether he will reveal his knowledge in the beginning of the human civilization or in between the human civilization. If we accept that God will reveal or God reveals his divine knowledge in between the human civilization, then a logical person will ask you some questions to clarify his queries. That firstly, you have mentioned that God is just, and we all accept God is impartial and God is just. If we accept that God reveals his knowledge in between this journey of human civilization, you may say before 5,000 years, before 2,500 years, if he reveals knowledge in between the human civilization, then what about the human generations, those were before the revelation of the divine knowledge? If we accept that the revelation comes in between, then God will be unjust in his part. Because in this way, the several human generations will be deprived of who are born before the revelation. They will be deprived of his divine knowledge. In that way, God will be unjust or partial. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Yes or no? People are here. So this point is very important. If we accept, and yes, we all accept that God is just, God is partial, then we must understand that God will not reveal his knowledge in between. If he reveals his knowledge in between, then he will be declared unjust, because the generations, those were before the revelation of that divine knowledge, they will be deprived of that knowledge. And God is just. So God is just, then we have only one thing to understand, that God will reveal his knowledge in the beginning of human civilization. God will reveal his knowledge in the beginning of human civilization. Do you agree with this point or not? Because this is a lecture series, and we will continue this topic in the next Sundays as well. So we will discuss, it will be an interactive session. Arav and Veer. You are Veer and he is Arav. Are you getting me? Are you understanding me? Okay. So now come to the point. If we accept that God will reveal, or God reveals his knowledge in the beginning of the human civilization, then in that knowledge, can we get any kind of historical or geographical references? Will there be any historical references or any geographical references? What do you say about that? If you accept that it will be revealed in the beginning of human civilization, would you get any kind of history there? Would you get any kind of geographical references there? Your answer is no. So to understand the testing parameters or conditions, we can be clear at this point that there will be no historical and geographical references, because that knowledge, as we understand, will be revealed in the beginning. So there will be no historical and geographical references. If you find a book which has true knowledge, and there are no historical and geographical references, would you only on this account of, would you be able to accept that book divine? You may find so many books which have true knowledge. Even in our temple's library, you can find so many books there which contains true knowledge. Even you can write some books which contains true knowledge, which contain true knowledge and don't have any kind of history or geographical references. Would you be able to accept that book or knowledge as divine? No. It means we need some more supportive reasoning and logics. So the knowledge which will be revealed by God, it will come in the beginning, and it will not have any kind of historical and geographical references, but the language through which it will be revealed, the language through which it is revealed, that language must be the oldest language. That language must be the mother language of all other languages. If I write a book without keeping any historical and geographical references, if I write a book and only explain in that book only true knowledge, but the language, which language will I use? English or Hindi? Is the Hindi or English the oldest one, oldest language? No. So we must understand we should check the language as well. So the God's divine knowledge must be revealed through the divine language, and which will be the divine language, which is the oldest one, and which must be proved as the mother languages of all languages. Veer, are you getting my point? Aro. So the divine knowledge should not contain any kind of historical and geographical references, and it must be revealed in divine language. And how can you declare which language is divine? One parameter is that language must be oldest one. One parameter. So the divine knowledge shouldn't possess any kind of history, shouldn't be in these modern languages, and other conditions we must to discuss that the divine knowledge must be comprehensive by nature. How should be the divine knowledge? Divine knowledge must be comprehensive by nature. Comprehensive by nature means it must contain materialistic knowledge as well as spiritual knowledge. It must contain materialistic knowledge as well as spiritual knowledge. It must have physical sciences as well as paraphysical sciences, metaphysical sciences. Why? Do you agree with this? That it must contain both kind of knowledges. Do you agree with this? Yes or no? If yes, then tell me the reason. If yes, then tell me the reason. Why it must contain both kind of knowledges? Why it must contain both kind of sciences physical and metaphysical sciences. Do you agree with this? Then give me the reason. Rashiji.
Because to survive, you need the physical and the metaphysical part.
Because to survive, we children need both kind of knowledges. If we will have home, if we will have to protect ourselves, shelter, if we will have understanding about or knowledge about food, how to live, how to construct buildings, how to make roads, how to make our city, if all these things are also must to survive, we can't survive only on the base of spiritual knowledge. Only doing meditation, no one can survive. We need these kind of knowledges as well. So divine knowledge must contain materialistic knowledge as well as spiritual knowledge. In the divine knowledge, that divine knowledge must be the source of all kind of physical sciences as well. Source of mathematics, source of physics, source of chemistry, source of cosmology, how to construct, how to build aircrafts, all these things, those are must to survive, those are must to evolve, those are must to grow the human generation. These kind of knowledge must also there, along with spiritual knowledge, along with how to worship, how to meditate, how to calm our mind, how to balance our mind, how to become equanimous inside. Along this, all these materialistic sciences must be there. Now, do you agree with this? Yes or no? Yes or no? I am not getting you. Yes or no? Yes, I will take the questions at last. I will take the questions at last, and questions are must. Your questions are welcome. Firstly, let me clear how much time I have. Up to 12? 12:10. Okay. So, divine knowledge, should the divine knowledge come in installments? Other point I am raising. Should the divine knowledge come in installments, or should it come at once and for all? Are you getting my point? Should it come once and for all? And divine knowledge must be universal by nature. Must be universal. Without any kind of discrimination, it must come for the enlightenment or for helping the all human beings. That's why we have accepted that it will come in the beginning. It will come in the beginning. Just if you are clear at this point, then you will find the right direction, right track, that it will come in the beginning. Now the question I am asking to you, should it be come in installments, or it will come in the beginning completely? Completely. Why it will come in the beginning completely? Because God is perfect and flawless by nature. Because God is perfect, flawless, and absolute by nature. God doesn't, a person who has unlimited capacity, who has unlimited powers, that person needs improvements. That person needs additions or subtractions. Because God is absolute, God is perfect, God is flawless. So he will give his knowledge completely in the beginning. There will be no installments. Do you agree with this point? Good. So now we will discuss upon the next points in the next series of the session. Now let's open the question answer session. So Viratji, you were asking a question. It is already answered. That's why I hinted you, keep, sit. I will take further. It will be addressed at last, because sometimes our questions get answered. No, now your turn is done. Yes, question.
I do understand regarding the history that there is no history in the Vedas, which is very much understandable. But at the same time, when you talk of geography, God has to create a geography because there has to be earth, there has to be Himalayas, there has to be seas and everything, so that the plants can grow and everything can grow and the human can survive on that.
Yes.
So we got to have a geography, but I could understand the history.
Yes.
That they should know.
No, I have understood your point, but please. Okay. The question put by Dr. Arora is that I do agree, means he does agree with this concept that there should be no historical references. But what he is saying that there must be geographical references. God has created earth, moon, and all these. Okay, all these are the geographical ways or references that may be find in the Holy Scripture. What I could understand, what he's saying. But what is my point of view? I am not denying that there will be no mentioning of earth, moon, and stars and sun or our universe or galaxy. There must be all these kind of geographical things will be there, but there will be no pointing of India, America, China, Arab, or Pakistan. These kind of geographical references will not be there, because it will come in the beginning, and all these are being developed by this kind of geographical boundaries or references are being developed by humans after the journey of human evolution. Are you getting my point? Do you agree with this now? I think this is clear. So yes, there will be geographical explanation that how Earth is, how it rotates, how is sun, what is the nature of moon. Yes, these things will be there, but these are the universal things. There will be no this kind of geographical references that will divide humanity, like India, Pakistan, China, and USA, and whatever Europe. So in this way, there will be no geographical references. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes. Yes. Any other question? Yes.
It's actually two-part. So first, I'm going to describe, let's say, God is absolute. I'm in complete agreement with him.
Yes.
Let's just say, I'm not God, of course, right? Let's say I'm a creator of a robot, right? When you open a box, where let's say you buy a robot, the creator or whoever who is providing that robot provides an instruction. Right?
Yes.
Now that instruction may or may not be complete, right? It is relevant to however that robot is supposed to be. Let's say it's a car, whatever.
Yes.
Now, over a period of time, the evolution of how that robot can be used can change, right? Now, the creator may not know all the use cases of that robot, right? Now, there's where you get into that concept of understanding of, first is taking that knowledge, passing it to us human beings, right? Versus us understanding and comprehending what the instructions are that would, because, even language by itself has limitations, right? So all what I'm trying to get to is that anytime when you write something, there are limitations. When you're taking metaphysical, converting that to physical, there are barriers that you're dealing with. Basically, you're losing part of that knowledge, right? So, so ultimately, what I was trying to get to was that, could it be that part of, even though it was given at the beginning, could it be that it's only our comprehension at that particular point in time because of limitation of that understanding?
So I think,
यही क्वेश्चन था मेरा,
okay,
लेकिन उसमें when you said कि impartial knowledge नहीं देते, complete, I thought you were.
yes. So I think I don't need to repeat this long questions. It will take too much time, and I hope you all have heard this question. I should directly answer this. Okay. So what I understand, as the example you given example of a robot. So I do agree with this, that how to operate a robot or any electronic gadget, a creator or manufacturer gives a manual in the beginning, how to use this, okay? And I do agree with this too, that in that manual, the tips will be in short. That manual book is very short. It will explain that, it will give the tips to how to use. With this understanding that the user has intellect, his intellect as well, so the tips will be given that using his intellect, he would be able to explain or further, he will be able to glorify that. Do you? Okay. So in the same way, we never claim this, that everything is given in Vedas. No, this is not our claim. What we are saying, that the basics of life, basics of physical as well as metaphysical knowledge is given. With this understanding that the people, those will go through these divine instructions, they are gifted with intellect as well. And God doesn't believe on spoon feeding. God doesn't believe on spoon feeding. Even we also don't believe on spoon feeding, okay? So intellect is also gifted by God. Knowledge in tips is also given by God. With this understanding that these children using this gifted intellect, they will grow, they will evolve, and they will go deeper. I must give them the basics. So yes, mathematics is there, chemistry is there, physics is there, but you will not find whole mathematics there. The basic of mathematics is addition and subtraction. Division means a method of subtraction, and multiplication is also a method of addition. Do you agree with this? What is division? Division is nothing else than subtraction. And what is multiplication? Multiplication is nothing else than addition. So addition and subtractions are explained in so many mantras. With those basics, God knows what you, I do agree with your point of opinion, but I am not agree with one point. What you said, that the creator of robot doesn't know the limits of robot. That must be, I think, rethink. You must be rethink about that. A creator, who is the creator, who has used what kind of chips there, what kind of microprocessor, whatever kind of whatever kind of things he has used, he knows the limits of that robot.
He may know the limits of the robot, but not the use case of that.
But not in
the use case. Basically, how different forms that robot may be used.
that is different thing. That is different thing. That is different. That how in the different form robot can be used by the future generations. That is a different thing. What I earlier understood that you are saying that that creator doesn't know the limits of robot. What I am saying, he knows the limits of the robot. How it can be used by the people or by the future generations, a creator of robot may not know, but the creator of the universe who is omniscient, who knows the limits of our intellect, who knows all the tendencies, who knows all the sanskaras of souls, those are in our mind, those are imprints, those are in our mind. He knows everything. Using our mental imprints and sanskaras, we will do something in the future, and he knows everything what is in your mind. So would he not be able to know how many ways a person can use that thing? He will be able to know. So in the same way, so I conclude that God has given knowledge in basic form. What is gravitational force? How it works? What are the electromagnetic waves? How they are doing their job? These kind of basics are there. But if someone asks that is there the how to manufacture a laptop, is that given there? No. Basics are given there. If someone asks that how to build a aircraft, yes, basic building of aircraft is explained in so many mantras, not in a single mantra. So many mantras, basics are given, but it is not given in detail because God had gifted us intellect. And now it is up to on our part. Now we must, using that basic knowledge, we must evolve our knowledge further. And yes, we can go up to extraordinary limit. But the limits God also knows because he knows your mind, your soul, the knowledge you have. Everything he knows, therefore he knows that. Is it clear? I hope this is clear. Any other question? Now time is over. Is there any other question? So don't feel hesitant. We will have chance in the next Sunday, and we will continue this topic in series in Sundays. You have question, but time is not. So should I ask who are the organizers? But time is over. Would you be able to come in the next Sunday? So what should you say?
I mean, we can take the question now. We just
Okay.
answer will be in the next.
Our today events organizer, Mr. Virat is very anxious to know your question. He is very anxious to know your question, Ali, and what he is saying that, yes, Acharya answer in the differentiation. Just let me know what is question. Yes, please, your question is welcome.
My question is because I feel Vedas are perception of scholarly human beings in the olden days, and given by God. That perception was given by God. I can believe like that. But Now, my question is right away, why don't we call Einstein as a rishi?
Okay,
That's a simple question.
that's good. That's good. So we will answer in the next session. Okay? Because I want to confirm that you must be there in the next session. Okay? Okay, thank you for your kind involvement. Okay, thank you all. Oh, namaste. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Acharya ji, for that informative lecture and discussion that has generated quite a response, and it will continue in the coming week. So that was a very interesting topic, the testing parameters to assess if the scriptures, certain scriptures are divine or not. And we look forward to the continuation of this discussion next Sunday. So thank you so much for enlightening us. It is time for a few announcements, then we will go to our meditation this morning. So I just would like to give some announcements briefly. Currently, since Acharya Ashish ji is in town and at the Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple, we are having Sankhya Darshan of Rishi Kapil on Monday, Wednesday.
The recording has
Friday.
stopped.
With a potluck dinner first from 7:30 to 8 p.m. and then from 8 to 9:30 p.m. Acharya ji will be giving us talks on Sankhya Darshan of Rishi Kapil. Also, there is a camp, upcoming camp. Just this week, we are going to have a camp conducted by Acharya Ashish ji from July 1st to the 4th. So it's this coming Friday to Monday. This camp is only eligible for candidates who have existing basic Vedic knowledge and are willing to promote Sanatan Vedic Dharma. The camp is to be attended for the full duration, no partial. You have to attend the full 4 days. And if you would like to enroll, the contact information, please send an email to vedictemple@vedictemple.org. All right. And another announcement, first of all, this camp is upcoming, so please note that this Friday is when this camp will start. So another announcement is that we have a residential meditation camp by Acharya Ashish ji from September 2nd to 4th. I'm thinking that's right around Labor Day weekend. So another date to note, September 2nd to 4th, a meditation camp, residential meditation camp conducted by Acharya Ashish ji. And finally, one more announcement before a meditation. There are volunteer opportunities for students and others for the temple needs. So we do need some help 1 to 2 hours a week for watering the plants on premise and also getting the temple ready for Sunday morning services. So it's a good activity for students that are off this summer to do something good, noble deed, and also obtain credit for volunteering. So keep that in mind. And again, for contact information, you can email at vedictemple@vedictemple.org. All right, thank you. And we are now ready for meditation, our guided meditation this morning. We will be led by Swasti ji in our guided meditation. Over to you, Swasti ji.
Namaste, everyone. Please sit straight. Close your eyes gently. Relax your face, neck, and shoulder. Relax. We'll recite Om 3 times. Inhale. Om. Second time inhale. Third time. Take few deep breaths in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. You all are pure and eternal soul. For sake of your own peace and happiness, please drop all negative mental abilities, all negative thinkings. Drop as habit of comparing yourself with others, anger, jealousy, malice. Drop all. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Do this deep breathing few times. Now, deep. Inhale deeply and exhale forcefully. Hold your breath outside to your comfort. Focus your attention on the holding state. Inhale slowly. Exhale normally. Now, we will inhale and exhale, but we will focus our attention in the nostrils. Watch your breath going in and coming out few times. Omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent Ishwar God is giver of this breath. Accept this truth. Accept His holy presence within us all the time. Maintaining this awareness that Ishwar God is within us, please recite Om in mind at your own pace. Now, pray for everyone's peace and happiness. Pray. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Sarve santu niramaya. We all are children of one divine mother. We all belong to one family. So feel that oneness in others. Now, feel grateful that you got this opportunity to meditate. Prepare yourself to come out this meditation practice. Rub your palms. Cover your eyes with your palms. Open your eyes. Remove your palms. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, Swasti ji, for leading us in the guided meditation this morning. That was really nice. And it is now time for Aarti. We'll ask everyone to rise for Aarti.
भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो धारे मन पाए दुख बिन से मन का। स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे। हर्ष मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी। स्वामी शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी। तुम बिन और न दूजा। प्रभु बिन और न दूजा। आस करूँ मैं जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी। स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम करुणा के सागर। तुम पालन करता। स्वामी तुम पालन करता। तेरा स्वामी है सेवक तुम स्वामी। कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम हो जय भोजन सबके प्राणपति। स्वामी सबके प्राणपति। किस विध मिलो दया है। किस विध मिलो दया है। ऐसी जो सुमति। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे। स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे। अपने हस्त बढ़ाओ। अपनी शरण लगाओ। द्वार पर मैं तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ। पाप हरो देवा। स्वामी कष्ट हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ। श्रद्धा प्रेम बढ़ाओ। संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तन मन धन सब है तेरा। स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा। तेरा तुझको अर्पण। तेरा तुझको अर्पण। प्यारा दे मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय
Shanti Path. Om Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Roshadaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishwe Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Eva Shanti Sama Shanti Redi Om Shanti 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 Oh God, by your grace, the Celestial regions be peaceful, the space be peaceful, the earth be peaceful, the water be peaceful, the vegetation be medical be peaceful, the entire universe be conducive to peace and prosperity. May super creator bring us peace. May there be peace, peace alone. May that be peace with us. May there be cosmic peace, physical and spiritual peace. Om Annavate Annasyano Deyanami Vasya Shushmiraha Prapradataram Tarishahujam No Dehi Dipade Chatushpade. O Anada Ishvar, giver of food, kindly provide us with healthy and energy-producing food. Grant serenity to those who give food and charity. May all living beings be blessed with energy-giving food. जो बोले सो है वैदिक धर्म की जय। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम श्री रामचंद्र जी की जय। योगेश्वर श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज की जय। गुरुवार स्वामी विरजानंद की जय। महर्षि स्वामी दयानंद की जय। संसद के सभी श्रेष्ठ महापुरुषों की जय। संसार की सभी विदुषी देवियों की जय। आज के आनंद की जय। आज के यजमान की जय। आदि समाज अमर रहे। वेद की ज्योति जलती रहे। ओम का झंडा ऊंचा रहे। वैदिक ध्वनि वैदिक अभिवादन सबको सादर नमस्ते।
Find the help. Follow.
Thank you, everyone. Kindly help us setting up the temple for the clean up this area, and we'll go to the other building for the food. And thank you so much for joining on Zoom today. I see many people joined in the Zoom as well. So thank you so much for joining, and try to please come to the temple next week, because Acharya is also in person. So you might be able to get more benefits when you are in person. Thank you so much, and we are closing the session now. Thank you.